at Blue Jay Vintage. I am a decorative furniture painter, DIYer, antique booth owner, and avid outdoors woman. Happy Friday! I am also posted on Yesterday's Tomorrow. I'm not Miss Kimberly, and I'm on Old Made New. I'm not Miss Tina. But the three of us are working together and we're trying to make some great content for everybody. And so, happy Friday. I am doing a craft fair tomorrow in Roseville, California at Oakmont High School. I'm in Northern California and it is supposed to rain. So, you know, it is what it is. I debated whether I was going to do it or not, and then my business coach said, get off your butt and go do it. So I'm gonna go do it. So I have been, all that last minute stuff, you know, you should see my house, it's a wreck. So welcome everybody. We did this, we started this dresser, I think last weekend. On HP Distribution's page, I put the sunflower field paper on. So I'm a retailer for Rethunk Junk by Laura. It's a resin paint. It is Timeless Teal, which is this color. The top is one coat of Semi-Sweet. And I've got these other colors up here because I'm going to do a blend on the top also. So what I want to do right now, and I haven't really thought this out, so we're going to play around and see how it goes. We are going to kind of erase this line right here. I'm sitting on the floor. I have 3 pillows under me because I already packed my tables for my craft fair. So I couldn't put this up on, I didn't have a table. Well, hello, Miss Nancy. Porch leaners for me at my craft fairs are the biggest sellers. And in California, wood is really expensive right now. So luckily I had a lot left over from Christmas. And I'm bringing my Christmas and my fall stuff that did not sell. So I do save all of my crafts from all year long. I have a storage unit. Since I have an antique booth, all that kind of stuff works in there. So it's great. So what I want to do, I'm not sure. I have this yellow out here. I'm not sure I'm going to use it. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to use the original color and just soften this line. So I have all kinds of different brushes, and I think I'm going to be using this Miracle brush. It's nice and pointy, and I can be very specific where I want it. Rather than getting something like the fan brush that goes a little wider than maybe where I want it to go. I just want to kind of erase this line and then also go around all of the edges. So let's start with that, since I know we're going to do the Timeless Teal. So I ironed this on and then I put 2 coats of Tough Top over it. So it's nice and sealed. Now is when I can go back over it and paint it. I'm feeling a big section right there I missed, so I'll go back and fix that. If you did not top coat your paper, the paint is more likely to kind of bleed through the paper. So before I do any blending, I will do 2 coats of Tough Top. And now I can blend in and it won't disturb the paper. Well, thanks, Miss Lisa and Diana. I appreciate it. I'm watching Miss Kimberly's page, and then Miss Tina's got Old Made New's page. So, just a little bit is all it's going to take. And we're going to start down here in the corner. And I'm basically just pouncing. I only did 1 coat of the original color on these drawers because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. The rest of it has 2 coats. So I know I'm going to need to paint the rest of the drawer. I just wasn't sure if I was going to be blending in other colors. That's why I did not do the drawers all the way. But I think I'm really liking just that color. Okay, so I'm going to do just this bottom drawer like that. Now I'm going to just go across the bottom and kind of erase that line. So when you get a decoupage paper that does not fit perfectly on your piece, this is exactly how you would erase those lines. I wish I had a little scooter, but I hurt my back. So my scooter, my little wheelie thing is hurting my back. Okay. Like, how easy is that? Super easy. But it makes a huge difference. That was a big blob. Big blob. Okay. I'm gonna wheel this a little bit closer. Happy Friday, guys. Yes, so I'm in Northern California. It's like 75 degrees outside. 75 today. We're supposed to have rain tomorrow. Isn't that the way it always is? So while I'm here, I'm just going to go up this side also. I think you can still see. And I'm going to try and be a little thinner on that side. So this corner right here, I tore the paper when I put it on. But really, I just put the original color in there. Now you can't even tell. So I'm kind of going more on the sides of the drawers. Just to blend that. I like that. So it's very, very subtle. Very, very subtle. Okay. Now, I don't like how straight this is across the top, so I'll do the top the same way. So it kind of just frames it in a little bit. Now I'm going to carry that across. Oh. My poor plastic is all from rolling over it on my roller stool and on my dollies. It's all shredded. But I didn't want to get a whole new piece out just to do this little bit of painting. But I know how I am when it comes to painting, so I needed something there. I have not picked the hardware for this yet. It's knobs. Tomorrow, after I clear out my room where my hardware is kept from all my craft fair stuff, I can go through my stash and find something. Okay, so that's what I had in mind, but since we're here, let's play with some other colors over here. Let's just see. Let me get this where you can see it and I'm not in the way. Let's just see what this yellow would look like, or if it's too light. That I'm not sure of. We'll get a couple dabs on it and then if we don't like it, we just paint over it. So that's why I don't always come into blending with an total idea in mind, because it usually changes. Uh-oh, I know I cross-posted it. Miss Tina, how are you feeling? Okay, I'm going to take a clean brush And this is the sunflower color. I think it's going to be a little too bright. So where I did earlier, I'm just going to kind of swirl in with that other color. Let me get a clean brush with a little bit of that original color. We're just going to dab that. I don't think I like this at all. I don't like that at all. This color's too light. So I think we're just going to use the original color all the way around. This paper comes from HP Distribution, Grace on Designs. This company sends it, so this is a 124 by 36 sheet. You get a smaller image of this and then a companion paper that goes with it. So you get 3 sheets of paper to use for all of your projects. So I'm just gonna dab and finish painting my drawer while I'm doing that. By the time I get to the bottom, that should be dry and I can just go back over it. So, well, I dripped some on the bottom. See, I'm messy. I'm messy. You're nervous to try? Mix raw sand. I hear you. I hear you. YouTube is a great place. HP Distribution also has some great videos. I try and do a lot of videos here. Before I did it, when they asked me to be a content creator, I'd never worked with decoupage paper on furniture. So I watched a lot of videos before I said yes, because I wanted to make sure I could follow through. But really, once you do one, start with a small project. Start small and then work your way up. It really is pretty easy. And I have learned, for me, it's easier for me to do the iron-on method than it is to do the wet method, which means that you put your top coat on wet and then you put your paper on and smooth it out. The iron-on method, I put my top coat on and let it dry, and then I iron my paper on over it. Let's see how dry this is. Oh yeah. So I may have to go over this section twice, but that's fine. I'll let it dry. And then I'll just go over it again if the coloring looks off. But I am just pouncing, and that also helps me from keeping that straight line, but it almost gives a little bit of texture looking to the paint to kind of match the paper. So I can see some areas that the yellow's coming through, but I'm gonna let it dry. Just let it dry. If I keep going with it, I'm gonna make a mess. So we've kind of erased all of the lines around this. Well, that's good, Miss Tina. Thanks, Miss Denise. And Miss Leslie over on Yesterday's Tomorrow. You guys are great. So now I want to do well, I call it a farmhouse blend. It's a technique, but I want to kind of make the top look like wood. So that's my goal. So let me get up. Let me get up without making a big old mess. And then we're going to work on the top. And then this piece is done. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, I'm gonna bring you closer. Let me get my pillows out of the way. So, for the top, we're gonna get where you can see the whole thing. Okay. Now, what I need, so I did one coat of the semi-sweet. I'm going to also blend in the original color, which is Timeless Teal. And I'm going to use some sandstone and a linen. And then I think also the semi-sweet. Hold on, let me think about this. I want more of a wood look, so we're not going to use this one. We're going to use linen, putty, and black. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So, I have a mister bottle of water, and I have a staining pad. So what we're gonna do, let me put some lids on my paint so I don't spill it. I need Semi-Sweet and Midnight. I want more of a wood look, not really a blend. Now, let me take a towel and just kind of wipe off what I've got up here. I've been using this just to hold my paint a week. Okay, this first color, I don't have it in a FIFO bottle. Otherwise, I would just squirt it right on. But I know I just got that screwdriver. Oh, there it is. Oh, I have a bad habit of not closing my lids correctly. Okay. So I'm going to take just a brush, any brush, doesn't matter, just a clean brush. And we're just going to kind of stripe that on. Now we'll do the linen. Maybe. And I'm so sloppy when I do this. Now the midnight, and I'm going to try and keep that away from the linen so it doesn't turn a little different color. Okay. And now the original color, which is the semi-sweet. You just need enough paint to cover the top. And because this side rounds, I'm also going to try and take it all the way down. So now, with my staining pad, I am going to wet it, just mist it. And then here's where the magic happens. So pick a lane and just pull. So this is going to take a few passes, and I'm going to get kind of the colors I want before I go over the edge. Okay, now I'm going to flip to the clean side. and wet that. And kind of pull that. If I missed your comment, I will go back. I need to get this all kind of put together before it dries. Okay, now I'm going to flip and get another clean side. And you kind of just keep going back and forth. Once you feel the paint pulling, it's dry. You got to stop. I'm trying to smear this black into other places. Okay, now I will let this dry. Then I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, Miss Heather. Paper's done. So when this is dry, I'm going to do the same method, but with the original semi-sweet color. I'm going to take a wet staining pad and go back over the top of it. That's going to tone all of these colors down and give it more of a wood farmhousey kind of look. And that goes perfect with our sunflower. So as soon as it's dry, that's when I can also clean up all of these edges and make it all a little more uniform. I'm gonna kind of try and pull some of this that's on my staining pad now. Okay. Once we get that next coat on, that's really what's going to make the magic happen. Just checking on my edges, make sure I'm not dripping anywhere. So it looks really bold right now, but if it's done tonight, hello Miss Carmen. If it's dry enough tonight, I'll come back on and then we'll do that last coat together. It should be dry in about an hour or so. But you can already see right there, there's a little yellow where we tried, right down there in the corner. So I just need to touch that up after it dries. And then this drawer is slipping back too far. It needs to have those drawer stops put in it so that they're all going to be flush. That needs to be done. I didn't want to wait for Honey Bear to do that, so I went ahead and started painting. So I appreciate you all being here with me. I will be on later. We will finish up this top. And I want to thank everybody at Yesterday's Tomorrow and Old Maid New. This is a fun new adventure where the three of us are trying. So hopefully we can give you some great content from all of us that all have our own special niche. Hey, Miss Stephanie. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I love this paper, but I wanted to do something a little different. So I'm hoping once the top dries, we'll go back over it with that next coat and then she's done. So I'll be back on later this afternoon, probably this evening. I don't even know what time it is. It's like one of those days, but this is messy. I'm trying not to touch anything, but resin paint, you can use soap and water and wash it off. But I'll come back on later this evening and we'll finish this. So thanks guys, bye.